Hello, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I go by the nickname Ginger, and we always start off with a hug. Here on the East Coast, it's very hot. It's hot. It's too hot for hugging, but we're gonna hug it out over here. I love to say it's not cute not knowing, and now it's time to know. Jennifer Lopez is really serious about her skincare and her makeup line that's coming out. There will be eyeshadows, bronzers, highlighters, lip colors. More importantly is that skincare line. You know, I'm always talking about skin. Moisturizers, cleansers, soaps, gels, lotions, serums, masks, body creams. JLo says that she doesn't want you to resort to surgery, to keeping your youth or keeping your looks or keeping that skin tight. This line is going to debut next year. I've got Dancing with the Stars news. We're going to start off with one of the judges, Len Goodman. He is 76. He just got over a battle with skin cancer. The new season for Dancing with the Stars kicks off September 14th. For the first time in its history, there's going to be an African-American female pro dancer, Britt Stevens. For the first time, a sister is going to be one of the pros. Tyrabanks is not only the host, but the executive producer. I hear the new set is spectacular. That is going to be kind of like a whole new show with Tyra Banks in charge. They've got the pro dancers. Who's the celebrities? We're not going to find out until September 14th. This is to make us tune in. I think it's a ploy to see if they got real stars. Like, I've been hearing about a Charlie Sheen. It's like Charlie Sheen going to be one of the, you know, do we want to see Charlie Sheen on Dancing with the Stars? We're going to find out on September 14th, but they say it's going to be all new and all different with Tyra Banks, and because of COVID, they're all in a bubble, but they say the dancing will go on. Beyonce released Brown Skin Girl. The video is out from Black is King, Naomi Campbell, Kelly Rowland, Blue Ivy, and of course, Beyonce. So how well did Hamilton do on the Disney Channel? How about Disney Plus? How about it had more viewers than anyone on Netflix for the entire month of July? Apple is going to be introducing a new iPhone. I know. Didn't they just release the iPhone 11? Wait, I'm still on iPhone 6. I'm on 8. iPhone 12 is coming sometime in October with the price around $1,200. On the other side, Samsung, their Galaxy Ultra Notebook, if you get the Plus, that's like $1,300. Did you ever imagine that you would be paying so much for your phone? Now, getting back to the iPhone 12, what makes a difference? It has 4 cameras. It looked like a stove to me. It did. It looked like, you see it like an electric stove. You see the four cameras in the back, but it has more cameras and it looks like a stove, but it's coming out in October. Let's pray for those down on the Gulf Coast, Marco and Laura, and those dealing with those California fires. Wow. Between the COVID, all of this stuff, they're saying an asteroid is headed towards Earth the day before election day. I was like, how much more can we take? But there are people in areas, pray for them because they'll need it. I do a podcast, Patty and the Millennials. This week, what can we teach Gen Z? They're right under the Millennials. I say not to follow the crowd, learn how to put the phone down, know what's going on in the world. I don't think that you got to know a little bit. You got to know what's going on in your surroundings. Because trust me, there are people, they don't want you to wake up, know what's going on. And I think that's one of the things. It was a fascinating conversation. You can find us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, but it's a great conversation. But I'm raising a 19-year-old. What are some things that you would say to a Gen Z to teach them about life, because they definitely are the future. Let's talk about pastors out here cheating. Tasha K certainly had the scoop on this one. Pastor John Gray, he's got their church down in Greenville, South Carolina. He's an author. When Trump be having black people around them with the ministers, he's one of them sitting up there. Pastor John Gray cheating again. It wasn't the first time he was caught cheating on his wife, but this time he's got the video. He's chatting with the side chick. He's got his son in the back. Do you just have the Bible in your hand? Because you're not paying attention, and you darn sure can't teach nobody the teachings if you are obviously committing adultery, one of the commandments. Yes, people will sin. Yes, people can make mistakes. But Pastor John, this your second time. Jerry Falwell. Remember, a lot of us of a certain age remember Jerry Falwell. His son heads up Liberty University. His wife, Becky, was fooling around with a pool attendant. The affair lasted 7 years, and it started when the pool attendant was 20. Junior says that she has apologized for her sins. They were being blackmailed. It was like a fatal attraction. Well, then the pool boy started talking. He said, oh, I had an affair with your wife, but you would sit in a chair and watch. He makes $1 million at Liberty University. How long do you think he'll keep his job? This is something that I said I was going to bring up. Lori Loughlin and her husband, that college scam. She got 2 months, he got 5. With COVID, do you think they'll serve any time? It wasn't the college scamming that got me. It was their arrogance. They were so arrogant. They weren't gonna cooperate until it just got to be where it's like, you better say you did something. Their arrogance, though, that they couldn't even realize that they were doing something wrong. I don't even think with these shortened prison terms and the fines, that they'll get the lesson and how harmful their actions were. And if you notice, because there were other parents too, the ones who are not as known, maybe as rich, but not as known, they got more time. They had to serve more time because they weren't known. Singer Jahim. He's supporting Trump. That's your prerogative, Jahim. He said Trump did a lot for African Americans. Jahim, it's time for you to come out, baby. Come out. Come out of that closet. Be who you are and stand on it. Just be. If that is who you are, then be who you are and stand on it. Don't go hiding and just, he's been weird for a long time. It has nothing to do with his sexuality. He's just been weird and strange for a long time. But this one right here, and they're dragging him, and it's Jahim. You're not living your truth. We want you to live in your truth. That's when we want to listen to a Jahim. Be who you are, be proud of it, and stand on it. Stand on it. Let's talk Master P, who said he's tired of being an ATM machine. Master P, his brother, is C. Murder. C. Murder has been in jail for the past 18 years. Not his first time being in trouble. This time it was an incident where a teenage boy had walked up to him. His boys jumped him, beat him, then someone shot him. So they're saying, well, it wasn't C. Murder that shot him, but C. Murder is the one who had to go to jail for it. You got Kim K. She trying to get him out. Monica, his old girlfriend, trying to get him out. Master P said his brother is ungrateful and he's tired, like just totally disrespectful to the whole family, and that this incident has really torn the family apart. What's interesting about this, you got Monica speaking on his behalf, of course, Master P, but then it was this side chick who said, both of y'all need to sit down because I'm the one who's been putting money on his books. So the whole thing is crazy. To me, it wasn't a good look for Monica to have this other woman come out. But speaking of Monica, she's doing verses with Brandy 1 week from today on their respective IG pages, on Apple. To me, it's not a battle. To me, it should be like a love fest. So it's going to be really interesting how this is going to play out. You got Brandy on one side, you got Monica on the other, and they both have hits. But in 2020, they both need that spark. Yes, Brandy is a new album. She's on the cover of People magazine. But they both need that spark because in the 90s, these two ladies reigned. And of course, when they teamed up for The Girl Is Mine, I used to think a lot of it was just like publicity. But no, the two are going at it with verses, and this is going to be interesting. We remember DJ Rogers. He was 72. He had a hit in the 70s entitled Say You Love Me, but he worked with the greats, Maurice White, Denise Williams, Patrice Williams. During his later years, he moved into gospel music, but in the 70s, he had this song entitled Say You Love Me. Larry King, living a parent's worst nightmare, losing both of his kids. Larry King is 86, but he lost his son and daughter within a 3-week span. His son, 65, from a heart attack. His daughter, 51, from lung cancer. The talk show host is talking about the heartache of losing a kid. We had a lot today. It was a lot. Let's pray for those who are living in those areas where the weather is just, and the fires are just wreaking havoc, because it is truly a nightmare. I appreciate you guys. If you like the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, even when we disagree. It's okay to agree to disagree. Leave a comment, like, spread the word. The channel is growing, and you know what? We appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us with this. It's pop culture, it's entertainment. I love to say it's not cute, not knowing. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.